Hi there, live at 5 from RTHQ. It's Kevin Owen with you this hour. Thanks for watching us wherever you're tuned in around the world. The breaking news is from Syria this hour. There, a wave of terror has been unleashed today in two coastal cities in which multiple explosions have killed more than 100 people. Islamic State says it's behind the atrocities. The city of Jableh was hit by at least 5 explosions. The first 2 targeted the main entrance to the city's bus station. Then, later, a suicide bomber hit the offices of the local electricity directorate, as it's been described. And then another hit a hospital emergency department. Witnesses there claim a suicide bomber entered that building along with the wounded from the previous blast. One more bomb then reportedly exploded inside a bus in a residential area.
There was a suicide bomber. I saw one man's leg blown off, but he survived. There are lots of body parts, lots of dead and badly injured. I'm not sure if they will make it or not.
Just minutes after the first blast hit Jableh, then in came reports of attacks in another Syrian city. In Tartus, 2 bombs went off in front of the bus station before a suicide bomber blew himself up inside. Here's what an eyewitness told us.
I never seen something like this, to be honest. Never. This is the first time. A lot of smoke, black smoke covered the whole place, and most of the bus station is down on the ground, nothing left. It's very new to this city, never happened here before. Everyone is angry, is sad, maybe a lot of people lost someone. It's very mixed feeling and something new to us in here.
Syrian journalist Ibrahim, who's in Damascus, also described the attacks for us.
Well, the death toll is rising in that area as we speak, because the last attack was an attack on a hospital. A suicide attacker, a female suicide attacker, wearing a veil, came into the hospital with the wounded in Jableh city and blew herself up, killing over 15 new persons and destroying the emergency room, the main emergency room of the city, which will make it more difficult to offer first aid and treatment to those who were wounded in the other explosions, making the death toll much more likely to rise in the upcoming hours. These are the first attacks on such cities like Jableh and Tartus, the first attacks since the beginning of unrest in Syria in 2011. And these are not ordinary attacks. These are some of the largest attacks that we have seen since the war in Syria began in 2011. There are many messages in these attacks, whether it is to the Syrian government, as the cities of Jableh and Tartus are considered to be the main castles, if we sort of speak, for support for the Syrian government, where a large majority of government supporters reside in these areas. Also, a large number of soldiers coming from the 2 cities, Latakia, Jableh and Tartus, were killed fighting for the Syrian government. And I think this is why ISIL made it very clear to carry out the attacks with such ferocity and with on such a large scale.